Hello race fans and welcome to another edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads along with Drew Forster. We're going to go through the Friday, July the 6th races at Hastings Racecourse. We do have 7 on the Friday night, 7 o'clock, about the first post will be around 7, and should be lots of fun. We finally got some good weather, Drew. And
yeah, great night for racing.
It's going to be perfect.
These hot summer nights, Friday
finally
nights,
come.
Yeah, it'll be a great night. The Friday nights are a lot of fun out at Hastings, so I'm sure this one with the great weather and like I say, the late sunset should be a really good night to get out and try and make some money with, hopefully,
some winners, some of our picks.
If
you can't make it out to Hastings, be sure to get to the Derby Bar and Grill and watch the races here as well. All right, on to the first race on the Friday night program. We got some maiden 10,000 claimers going a mile and a 16th. I got to feel the 6 going posted in the first half of the double, and your early pick 4 does kick off here as well. I'm going to go to the Greg Tracy runner, the newcomer. Yes, he's trouble. Coming in, was claimed at Gulfstream Park a few months back. Has been kind of well traveled, been running at Keeneland, Churchill, Belmont. But the run at Churchill on Kentucky Derby week I thought was very good. That kind of a race, if he were to reproduce that tonight, that's got to win him the money at this level. Greg Tracy's off to a great start this year, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him rack up another one. Noel Beato gets the call, and I'm going to take him to win it. Put the 2, Tame the Tiger, in for second. I thought a better effort last time. I think this guy might be coming around. I know he's kind of been up and down the claiming ladder, but I think this distance and this level should suit him to a T. I'm going to put him in for second. And I put the 5, Friar Tuck, who has been much better since stretching out to a mile 16th. I'm sure he'll appreciate the class relief tonight as well, getting out of that maiden special down here for the 10. So I give him a big chance also. Not a sure pick. Anytime you got horses coming in from out of town, you must sometimes have to watch
kind
one.
of a wild card, yeah.
But I'm going to go 6, 2, and 5 to kick it off.
I have the same horses, a little bit different order. When you do mention as a wild card, but you look at a horse like Double that came in here, really struggling in the maiden special weight category. Maiden 50 at Belmont, came here for maiden special weight. Got the job done. Now here's a horse that was running maiden 30 and maiden 20 at Keeneland Churchill. Comes in here for maiden 10. He does look like the pick. So I have him on top. I put Friar Tuck in second, a horse that I think he just seemed to improving every race. He's running his race. That was a nice race last time, that maiden special weight. Even though it might not have been a very tough maiden special weight, he still ran a heck of a race, only going to be a length and a half. And in third spot, I do have Tame the Tiger, who's been knocking on the door of the maiden special weight, maiden 20. Last time ran second for maiden 10, so he fits right in there too. So 6, 5, and 2 for me. Like I said, same horses, just switch the second 2.
Yeah, it looks like those 3. Captain Hink maybe for your superfectus. He might be one you want to put in for the top 4 as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And on to the second race, a maiden 5 for fillies and mares. And I have gone to the 5, Anna Potential. Maiden 5 going 3.5, I should mention.
A little short one here. Got a few short dashes tonight.
Yeah, I think we have 3 of these tonight, yeah. I went with Anna Potential. She only ran the once. She was not far off a very quick pace in one of these races, but it was her first start. Got beat by other horses that had been running and had a little more seasoning. I like the 5-hole in the 3.5 race. Anytime you can get a little bit further outside, it's all for the best. Milburn, Pedro have won a lot of these races in the past. Pedro's very good at 3.5. I have Anna Potential on top. The second spot, I put a horse going against my previous theory, a horse making its first start in one of these. Riata's Legacy for the William Levanaway barn. The works, obviously, are the sparkling part of this that pushes me to the 2. Very quick works for Riata's Legacy. And in the third spot, I have number 3, Bye For Now, a horse that ran third in an open 5, 3.5 race. Came back going a mile and 16th for maiden 5. Led most of the way and got a little tired late. Shortens right back to 3.5 now. If she can duplicate the race she ran against open 5 claimers in a maiden race at 3.5, I think she's right there.
I agree. I got the same 3 horses, Drew. I've kind of switched them around a little bit. I've gone to the William Levanaway firster, number 2, Riata's Legacy. Enrique Gonzalez rides. He did ride Dave Milburn's last time, but I don't, sometimes Dave likes to use Pedro on a lot of horses anyway. So perhaps that was the play there. I'm not too sure whether Enrique had a choice of the 2 of them. But I know this horse looks pretty fast at Riata's Legacy. I'm going to gamble that he breaks well, and or she breaks well, and maybe can win the money. I put your Anna Potential in for second. Gets off the rail. I think that's a big key. Had the rail in a debut effort. Gets out to the 5-hole. I think that'll help her out quite a bit. And I agree with the 3-horse Bye For Now. That was a good run against Still to Be Lucky. And some winners 2 starts back. And if the 2 and 5 don't improve or don't run well, then Bye For Now is the horse. But I went 2, 5, and 3 in the second race. On to race number 3, another 3.5 furlong little sprint, maiden 5 granders. I'm going to, I guess, take the 3 Spy Zone. I'm not a big fan of taking even money on these kind of horses, which is probably what the price will be on Spy Zone. But I'm going to go to him to win it. Just had trouble finding a horse to try and beat him. And I guess the 4 horse Too Many Smyrnies, who I put in the 2nd spot, might be the one. This horse has shown some speed in his 6.5 furlong races. Does switch from 2 turns to 1 turn, and maybe that'll help Too Many Smyrnies. And I put the 8 Royal Know-How in for 3rd, horse that was closing behind Paloma Negra and Spy Zone last time. It just didn't get away all that well, but you got to get away well going 3.5. So maybe the outside draw might help. Like get loaded last, and then once your nose is in the V's, they generally kick it, and sometimes that can be a big advantage to the outside horse who's ready to go. So, but I went 3, 4, and 8 in not a race I fell in love with.
I went for a little price horse here. I went to the 2 Hawks. There's a horse that's coming out of maiden 30 at Santa Anita, which are naturally a lot tougher. And what I liked was that last race. They went 22-1, 45, and he was not very far off that pace, right? So with those kind of horses, I thought, maybe coming here, a 3.5 race might kind of suit him. The works are good enough, the 38-1 you see there. So I kind of took a shot on Joanne McDonald, good friend of the show, Joanne McDonald.
Good luck.
Took a shot on her horse here, the 2 Hawks. I do have Spy Zone in the 2nd spot and Too Many Smyrnies in the 3rd spot. Those are the 2 that kind of look logical in here. That the kind of fit. But I took a price horse on top. I went with the 2 Hawks. So it's 2, 3, and 4 for me. And on to the 4th.
Going to go a little farther here.
A little farther.
Mile
we
16.
Stretch right out to mile 16th. 3-year-olds and up for claiming tag 5,000 non-winners of the year. And I've gone to the 6 One Zone Accord. This guy who's been very productive this meet. He won, then a 2nd, then a 3rd. That was in the
7,500 ranks, a lot of them.
Yeah, I got stuck there. Sorry, the 7,500 open. Tough horses like Prince and 10. Got beat 6 lengths by Prince and 10, who would be a 1-to-9 shot guaranteed in here. So I do have One Zone Accord on top. The 2nd spot I have Cannon Cool. Another one, been knocking on the door in these kind of races all year long. He loves the distance. Jon Snow and Enrique Gonzalez have been very strong together this year. And then the 3rd spot I have Monster in the Closet, a horse who just won the non-winners of the year for 3,000, still eligible for the non-winners of the year for 5,000. So it's a jump up. It's not much of a jump up. He'll be closing late. Like him for 3rd.
Yeah, I like your top 2. I like One Zone Accord on the class drop. That distant 3rd behind Prince and 10 and Fleet Mac was a pretty good race, and I'm not a big fan of long, and then back to a sprint, and that's, I could have really he was a little dulled last time, and that's why he was a little farther back than normal. You get into that 24, 48 type of mode, and you train a horse to do that, to go long, then all of a sudden you jam him back in a sprint. It's not usually the thing.
What's going on?
It's not fair to the horse, but I like him coming back to a route. Amadeo does too, obviously, as he sticks with him. He could have rode a couple others in here. So I do like One Zone Accord to win it. I agree with Cannon Cool being the tough one, the one to be scared of. It was up on the pace line. It wasn't a hot pace last time, but still a little disappointed that he wasn't a little bit closer to Forever in Time in the end. But maybe he didn't care for the sloppy conditions. Going to get a fast track. I think Cannon Cool could surprise a few people and maybe even defeat One Zone Accord tonight. And I put the 7 Great Prince in for 3rd. He's a good, honest old timer. That was enough for me. He's in good form. He likes the distance of ground, and he likes this level, so that was enough for me to put him in. I went 6, 3, and 7 in the 4th race, which does kick off the late pick 4. On to the 5th race. We do have a big field of 10 going another 3.5 furlong event. We have some $5,000 horses that have not won a race this year. Although some of them could have won for 3,000, it doesn't count against you. But I've gone to the 9 horse. Bosco is quick. I think he is pretty fast, and I'm hoping the 9 hole is a good thing. Because this race is about 3.5 furlongs, so they start way in the back. It's not like the 2-year-old 3.5, which starts at the head of the back stretch. You get an extra 6 or 7 jumps starting from the the end of the chute. Well, not much of a chute, but it's where the 1 1/8 start is as well. But that'll give him a little more time to get over from an outside draw. So I like Bosco's quick to win it. He's been in good form for Teddy Hurt. And the 4 horse, Mr. Collaborator, 2nd time out this year. I'm going to give him another. He's obviously eligible to improve off of that race. He broke fine, I guess, but just wasn't fast enough to stay with Battle of Hastings, but no Battle of Hastings in here. And I put the 5 horse, Out of Crown, a newcomer here to Vancouver, out of the Jonathan Nance barn. This one's been showing good speed down in Emerald, as well as down in Turf Paradise. And give him a shot in while Beato picks up the mount. But just a stranger that I thought might surprise some people tonight. But those are the three I like. I really like Bosco's Quick, though. I went 9, 4, and 5.
I ended up with the same three. I switched the top two. I took Mr. Collaborator. He hadn't run since January. I think he got a lot out of that last race. He's going to be a little sharper coming into this. Obviously, Troy Taylor, Fernando are firing all cylinders right now. So I have Mr. Collaborator on top. I agree with you. I really like Bosco's Quick, too. I think he fits snugly into this spot. I have him in second spot, and I agree, Out of Crown. Those 21 and 3s you see at Turf Paradise, that's going to be, that's smoking. That's going to that's going to translate into a tough horse to beat there. So I got him in the third spot. 4, 9, and 5 for me. And on to our feature. A claiming 25,000 for 3-year-old fillies. And I went to this race, almost exactly the same race, same horses pretty much. Just ran 2 weeks ago. Commandress won that day. I went back to her. I thought that was a pretty sparkling performance. She looked much the best to me. Comes right back, same spot, same friends pretty much in here. So I got right back to Commandress to 6. The second spot, I took Satellite Debris. She got in a little trouble around the turn last time. If Fernando can give her a little cleaner trip, I think she's right there. I think she could get the better of Doreen's Delight, the one horse who I ran second last time. I picked Satellite Debris, finished above her this time, and I got Doreen's Delight for Harold Barrowby in third. 6, 3, and 1.
I like the one where I'm going to go to Doreen's Delight. I'm going to leave Commandress right off the ticket. I don't know. I just no speed in the race. I'm a little worried that this filly might get a little far back, but she did come from out of it last time. But still, the fractions were a little quicker. I'm looking for a real slow pace. I think Doreen's Delight will be right in behind the slow fractions. I was pretty impressed. She's been going good. Last 2 runs have been excellent. And if she wouldn't have had to hesitate at the far turn, she would have made a real race of it with Commandress. She kind of Commandress got first run because she went wide, and sometimes going wide is a good thing because you don't get
rolling,
And then Doreen's Delight had to wait, and then finally got herself out of trouble, and then come out and got running.
Satellite Debris kind of had to wait a little bit there too.
And that's why I kind of going to give those 2 horses a shot, Satellite Debris and Doreen's Delight, to maybe defeat Commandress tonight. But I do like Doreen's Delight to win it. I think she's got a little more tactical speed and might be the one in a good position. And I also give the 4-horse Talus Ridge a big shot. I know she just broke her maiden for 20, but I just like the way she was hitting the line. This horse, the minute a horse, she could kind of see a horse, she just drew off again. And just gave me every indication that she's going to run on. And there's no speed in here. If you look at the race, who's going to set the pace? If Talus Ridge breaks like she did last time, she might even win it. So I give her a big chance as well. Don't leave her off the ticket in the pick 4s or pick 3s. I went 1, 4, and 3, but I went Doreen's Delight to defeat Talus Ridge. But if I had to cut it down to 2, I'd definitely go 1 and 4. But I went 1, 4, and 3 in the feature race. And on to the 7th and final. Got some $7,500 condition claimers going 6.5 furlongs. Our only 6.5 furlong race of the evening. I've gone to the 6-horse Minstrel's Time. Big class drop from 17.5. Conditional races into the 7,500, gets rid of the Vernon Cats and Funny Faces. Those are much tougher horses. We'll appreciate this. The fact that there's a good pace in here too.
Yeah,
you look at the 1, 2, 3, 4, even the 5-horse flashes speed, and then the 8 as well. So there's a plenty. There won't be anyone, I don't think, getting an easy lead in here, and so I think that'll play out nicely for the 6-horse Minstrel's Time and Fernando Perez. I put the 1-horse Dictatorship. I think this one will go the farthest of the speed. Was scratched about a month ago after flipping in the gate.
Gate problems,
They had some gate issues that day, but he's come back to work very well. So he's obviously come out of those issues in good form. So definitely working in a minute and change there on July the 1st. And I put the 7, Little Brown Guy, in for 3rd. He had some equipment problems. Actually, the blinkers and ear cones come right over. The bridle come off too. But it was just all hung up. And a good thing Fernando was able to get the horse pulled up to save things could have been far worse. But obviously you can throw the race out. Little Brown Guy is an off-the-pace runner and another one that will appreciate a big hot pace like he's going to get in here. So look for him to round out the triactor maybe. I went 6, 1, and 7.
Yeah, you could throw out that last race obviously, and even the race before he had a tough go in that 17.5. The race before that, he's right in the mix with these kind of horses.
Yeah, no, he fits at the level, and it's just pace scenario, and he'll like a fast track too. He's been on some nasty racetracks.
I saw the same thing as you saw. Lots of pace in here. That's why I agree. I like the 6 Minstrel's Time. He's a horse that definitely wants to go longer, but with the pace in here, he's going to have a lot of advantage to run at. The second spot, I put Vying for Glory. Same reason you took Dictatorship. I like Vying for Glory better as the one-speed horse that could hang on the longest. So I put Vying for Glory, the 3 in for second. And in the third, I put Prophet Star, a horse that's been right there. Yeah, just knocking at the door every time, seconds, thirds, right at this level, right at this exact condition. So it's 6, 3, and 5 for me.
Well, that'll do it for our analysis of the Friday, July the 6th races at Hastings Racecourse. Up next on screen will be a quick recap of both of our selections. Here come mine up on screen. We'll quickly go through them. In the first race, I went to the 6 horse, Yes He's Trouble. I went 6, 2, and 5. In the second race, I went to the 2, Riata's Legacy. I went 2, 5, and 3. On to the third, I went to the 3, Spy Zone. I went 3, 4, and 8. In the fourth race, went to number 6, One Zone Accord over the 3 and 7. The fifth race went to the 9, Bosco is Quick. He'll need to be to win this race going 3.5. I went 9, 4, 5. At the 6th, I went to the 1, Doreen's Delight over the 4 and 3. And in the 7th and final, I went to the 6, Minstrel's Time, 6, 1, and 7.
And on to mine. In the first race, I agree. I went with the 6, Yes He's Trouble over the 5 and 2. The second, I went to the 5, Anna Potential over the 2 and 3. In the third race, took a little shot here. I went with the 2, Two Hawks over the 3 and 4. In the fourth race, I went with number 6, One's Own Accord over the 3 and 5. Fifth race, I went with number 4, Mr. Collaborator with the 9 and 5. In the sixth race, I went back to Commandress, number 6 with the 3 and 1. And in the last race, I agree with Mike. I went with Minstrel's Time, the 6 over the 3 and 5. A lot of 6s in there tonight for me.
Hopefully it's lucky 6. So it's July 6th. That could be an omen.
It's meant to be.
All right, thanks everyone for joining us here on Handicappers Corner, live at the Derby Bar and Grill. We look forward to seeing everyone once again. Don't forget we have racing Saturday and Sunday, both afternoon cards. Good luck on all your wagers on the Friday night. We look forward to seeing you soon here on Handicappers Corner.
I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can do, this guy says the horse can do.